Hey guys, Megan here, and time for another book review. Today, I'm going to be talking about Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. It is book 1 in the Infernal Devices series, which is kind of like the prequel series to the Immortal Instruments. And yeah, I'm reading the books in order of their publication, so I read City of Glass last, so now time for me to go over Clockwork Angel. I have to say, I think I'm liking this series a little better than the Immortal Devices. I don't know, I guess the characters interest me more, and I like how it's done, and yeah. The main female protagonist in this book, his name is Tessa Gray, and she, as far as she knows, is human. She has no idea about Shadowhunters and the like. So, her aunt recently died. Her parents died way back when she was little, and her aunt just died, and she's going to London to see her brother, Nate, who has gone there for work and sent her tickets to come see him. And since she really has nowhere else to go, she does. Except she's not picked up by her brother. She's picked up by these two women who are called the Dark Sisters, and they say that Nate sent her, and they have a note written by him, and all this jazz, so she goes with them. But yeah, things aren't what they seem. The Dark Sisters supposedly have Nate held hostage and are demanding Tessa to do all this stuff. Due to them, she finds out that she has this ability to shapeshift. She's able to change herself into any person as long as she has a personal artifact from that person. And not only can she change herself into them, she can get into their heads and get into their memories and thoughts and be able to basically be that person. So she had no idea she had this ability, and she's terrified of it, but she does what the Dark Sisters ask her to because they're threatening her brother. So, one night, few weeks after she has been taken in by the Dark Sisters, they have deemed her ready to see this guy called the Magister. I believe that's how you say that, but whatever. And Tessa has no idea what they mean. Apparently this guy, the Magister, wants to marry her, and she's just like, what? But she doesn't want this, so she tries to escape. Doesn't work out so well, and she's locked in her room, tied to her bed. She manages to change herself into a smaller girl to get out of the ties. And as she's trying to figure out what to do from there, this other character comes waltzing in, and she does what any girl would do and tries to knock him out with a vase. Though, of course, that doesn't work too well. And the guy she hits takes things pretty well. And I like him right off the bat because he is funny. And we find out that his name is William Herondale. And he is, of course, a Shadowhunter. So, with the help of Will and some other Nephilim from the Clave, they managed to get Tessa out of there. They managed to kill one of the Dark Sisters, and the other just kind of vanishes in fear. So, Tessa's brought back to the Institute, and they try and explain to her, yeah, there's this whole other supernatural world thing going on here. And basically trying to inform her of what's going on, try and get information from her about what was going on in the building she was in. And apparently one of the Silent Brothers believes that Tessa is a warlock. But of course she does not have a warlock's mark like any other warlock, so people really don't know what she is. So basically this book is trying to find out what Tessa is, who the Magister is, what the hell is going on with the Magister, since they are connecting him with this, dark arts club, which mundane humans can be a part of. And, mundanes really shouldn't know about the Shadow World. And figure out where Nate is and all this other stuff with the help of Tessa. So, that's my little synopsis. So, I will cut myself off here and let anyone who has not picked this book up yet click away. And if you have not read this book yet, you should really pick it up. It's fantastic. I found myself loving it more than the Immortal Devices. The The characters are fun. I love Will and Jem and just their interactions and, like, the banter between them, and I love Will. Will is fantastic. I love him much more than Jace. Jace is, his angstiness and just, I want to punch Jace in the face. I like Will. Will is funny, and I actually enjoy his character. And just, Jem is so sweet, and I want to give him a big hug. And Tessa is, I connect with her, I think, because she's a bookworm too, and just, all the characters are great, and yeah. And we see more of Mangus Bane in here, and I love Mangus, and yay! So, if you were not a big fan of the Mortal Instruments, and you're kind of iffy of picking this series up, pick it up. It is great. I liked it, and just, I recommend giving it a shot. So, spoiler time. I'm sadly gonna be skipping a lot of stuff that happens in the middle, just because I don't want this review to get too long, and I don't want to give away everything. So, yeah, like I said, I love Will, I love Jem, I love pretty much every character, except maybe Jessamine. Jessie is, I kind of want to strangle her. I love Will's commentary. I absolutely love Will's commentary. You know, all the, like, interactions between Jem, Will, and Tessa, chances are good they will always be able to make me, like, smile or giggle or laugh out loud as I read them, and just, the chemistry between those three characters, I feel, is really good. So, after being sent on this huge wild goose chase, they find Nate. They find out the Magister is Nate's former employer, Mortimer, and just, I personally did not see that coming. It's like, some part of me feels it was kind of obvious, but at the same time, I did not see it coming. And I want to give Jem a hug. I feel so bad what's going on with him, how he's slowly dying, and oh, I love Jem. I want to give him a hug. So, with this really clever plot, Mortimer manages to get inside the Institute, and we find out that Nate is Mortimer's devoted servant, and he basically sold Tessa out to him, and oh my god. So, we find out that Mortimer, he wants Tessa for her ability. He has something in mind with her. He wants to destroy the Clave and all of Nephilim using his Clockwork army, and just, oh my god. But Tessa is clever. Tessa is very clever. She fakes her own death by basically threatening to stab herself if he comes any closer and does not answer her questions. He kind of answers them, but kind of doesn't. He says he's basically responsible for her creation, that her father wasn't who she's always thought it was. So, since she's a warlock, or possibly a warlock, that probably means her father was a demon. But that still doesn't explain why she doesn't have a warlock's mark and all that. So I'm curious to see how that happened. But, he doesn't really give away much more than that. And he's not, backing off. So Tessa does the one thing that she can think of doing. She takes the knife she has, she quickly turns around so her back is facing Mortimer, and she stabs herself. And she doesn't die because she, way back when, with the Dark Sisters, managed to change into a woman who died of a gunshot wound. And she basically reverts into that woman before she died, so she has blood splurting everywhere, and so she basically quickly turned into that woman as she was pretending to stab herself to make it look like she actually stabbed herself, and I thought that was extremely clever. Just, oh my god. That girl is pretty fast thinking and extremely brave, because there was a 50-50 chance that wouldn't work. So we end the book. Will pulls a really douchebaggy move with Tessa, and I'm just like, Will, I liked you. Why are you being such a jerk? Oh my god. Because, yeah, Will has his jerky moments in this book, but that took the cake. But Jem is there to make things better, and yay, Jem. So Tessa's going to be staying at the Institute as they try and figure out more about Mortimer, because that's really the safest place for her right now. And yeah, Mortimer got away, and just things are a mess. And I feel bad for Charlotte and Henry and just everyone at the Institute. I like this book a whole lot. And I can't wait to read The Clockwork Prince. And I'm really excited to see where this series goes. So, with that note, I am going to cut myself off here and finish up this video. So, yeah. I like this book. What were everyone else's thoughts on it? And, yeah. See you guys next time.